I met John when I was in high school.
Did you go to school in Pennsylvania together?
No, he took lessons with my high school band director.
Wow.
So he used to come to my high school, and that's where I met him. And we started playing like late 60s, early 70s.
And you've been friends ever since?
Yeah.
So what do you think, looking at his life, what do you think about these arrangements as it being, there's a lot of stuff happening today. This last day of the studio, great band. What do you see in, since you've known him as long as anybody?
Well, the funny thing is, I remember when he was on Woody's band, and just to see him grow to this point where he did his own thing, is so nice.
And how do you like that it's attached with Oliver Nelson? Like his reimagination of Oliver Nelson?
Fantastic, because I think more people should be talking about Oliver.
Talking about in what ways? What was fantastic?
He was one of the most incredible, complete musicians. Arranging, playing, the big picture. It's that sound. Oliver had a special sound, like Thad has a sound, or Bob Mintzer has a sound. And John kind of molded it to his own liking somehow. It seems smaller somehow. I think it's a smaller unit than what Oliver
Yes.
normally. So to condense the stuff was really nice. And when you have smaller bands, it's lighter, more airy, can swing more.
Did you feel freedom in the sessions?
Very much, yeah. Well, just the fact that we've all played a lot together.
I see.
With Danny and Mike and...
So you felt connected to the rhythm section?
Yeah.
Did it feel like a small group with horns?
Almost, yeah. And especially with me and Steve, because it's just the two of us, so... And it's a lot easier when there's two because we can blend better. We don't have to worry about five. It's just the two of us, so we can get that nice hookup.
Did, just a way of a compliment, and then a question is, on El Gato, I actually made a record with Gato Barbieri, and you were stellar in that. And
I had to put a little bit in for Gato.
You did. You absolutely did. He would go, I think that was fantastic. That was star. But, so, when you're playing that, it's Oliver Nelson, it's John, your friend for 50 years, and then there's the other layer of Gato Barbieri. How do you approach that?
I did a lot of homework, so I don't have to worry about a lot of stuff. I'm very familiar with Oliver's stuff and Gato, so it's kind of natural. I don't have to.
That's awesome. Is there anything, if you could tell somebody who didn't know about John, how would you describe this project?
A lot of love. I mean, he was so into this project.
Who was?
John.
Can you say that like John was?
And it projected to everyone, so everyone had a good vibe.
That's awesome. Is there any one particular specific moment that hit you in a way that's special?
There was a few. Yeah.
So
I mean, to sit in the middle of all this is really amazing. Like one chart in particular, Oliver wrote this one note. I don't know what it is. I have to ask John. And it's a really cool note. And I had that note. It's a little bit outside the chord, and it was just so nice to have that note.
That's awesome. Well, that's it about the notes. And what would you say to somebody who didn't know him?
He's definitely under the radar. I mean, for me personally, he's been a big influence. when I was in high school, I mean, we hung out. I used to pester him, asking him about his teacher, and we did gigs. And I mean, he was on Woody's band. I really admired him and looked up to him, you know, and I still do.
Were you friends with him through the whole Dennis Andoli education? And
Yep, matter of fact, I played in Adolph's band with him. I think we did it somewhere near Widener. Bird Column.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Incredible.